Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square, covering the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Now, yesterday, longtime Columbia University gynecologist Robert Hadden was convicted, no surprise there, of sexually abusing his patients. Afterwards, some 8 victims spoke quite passionately and saying he should be remanded immediately. This has happened. I've covered cases where, as soon as the verdict came in, the marshals moved in. In this case, he knew it was coming, but his lawyers from the federal defender said he needed his medications not available in the MDC, and there are health issues with the family. All of this was known. Judge Berman, Richard M. Berman, said, get together a plan B, submit some briefings, and there'll be a hearing on February 1. The victims continued to push, saying he might flee, he might commit suicide, he might do any number of things. We're remaining on the case. We followed him along Worth Street. He didn't have any comment. The Saipov case has finished its closings. Today there'll be legal instructions and then deliberation. Could they decide as early as today? This is phase 1. If or when he's found guilty of driving a truck down the West Side Highway killing 8, will begin after a week the penalty phase. And the penalty on the table is the death penalty. We also covered a lesser-known case, and surprisingly others didn't. Jamil Hakame we covered in the Mad Court first and yesterday in front of Judge Torres. He's an employee, or was an employee, it's unclear, I'm sure was, of the New York City Youth Agency, and he conspired to sell a gun for a synagogue shooting. He was in an entirely empty courtroom. The can was kicked down the road. Discovery will be produced, and we will continue on the case. Also, a Slovenian Olympics figure skater, albeit from 1992, pled guilty in the Mad Court, unannounced. We were there. Luca Classing to COVID fraud. He got loans from HSBC saying he had a lot of employees, and he didn't. Okay, UN totally corrupt. They fled Afghanistan, leaving their national staff behind. Now the Department of Safety and Security is trying to clean itself up, but let me tell you, I know that they're sleaze. They threw me out, and they won't respond to appeals. The UN is totally corrupt to the very top.